Hello everyone, it is me, the Taco King. Yes, this is what I look like. Okay. Um, so this is a topic that I wanted to discuss that I just didn't feel like I could fully cover in a tweet. Now, I'm just gonna give some basic backstory about some stuff that I think about some stuff that I want all of my Twitter followers to know. So I'm gonna get through this really quick, I promise. Um, uh, If you want to skip ahead in the tweet that I will be linking to this video in, I will be giving a time code that you can skip ahead to. So, basically, I used to have a YouTube channel, but YouTube channel got deleted by YouTube for hate speech. Don't even get me started. So now I am uploading this on an account that I just called Julie Schultz, because why not? So that is, and I'm currently working on a website to help my comedy, to do a bunch of comedy skits and do videos like this, giving political commentary, and all kinds of stuff on that. All kinds of stuff will be uploaded on that website, and I will eventually be having a thing to help you support me on that. If you are interested in helping support me, please direct message me. If I am not following you and you can't direct message me, please comment asking me to follow you so that you can direct message me, and I will do so. Thank you. So what this video is about is California. Yep, those people. Here, you know what? Let's close this out. So, yes, I'm recording this on my computer. Honestly, this video, I've hit my limit with California, basically. I believe all, I have always believed that all ideologies are equal. That doesn't mean all of them are equally correct, but all of them are equal in the sense that it is okay to think them. It is okay to think the death penalty is a good thing. It's okay to think the death penalty is a bad thing. It's okay to think climate change is real. It's okay to think climate change is fake. It's okay to think the Holocaust is fake. I am not saying that is a good or accurate thing to think, and I am not saying you shouldn't get criticism for it, and I am not saying you shouldn't be corrected on that. I am saying it is okay to think that. But honestly, I don't even know if I don't know if this ideology applies to California anymore. Because what they think is just so ridiculous. Like, I mean, I don't know if this is true. Hope it isn't. I sincerely hope it isn't. But I feel like it is. And that is that California is now writing LGBTQ inclusive textbooks. Kill me! Okay. Basically, they are writing it. So they're writing these new textbooks so that it alludes to historical figures being gay. Many of them, I think a couple of them are founding fathers. I thought one of them might have been John Adams. Do not hold me to that. But, like, definitely, some of America's founders were gay. You know, the almost entirely Christian founders were gay when most of them had wives and children, and there's no evidence to suggest that they're gay. Oh my god, I'm getting pissed off. I just God, I'm pissed off. Don't make fun of my voice. I know it's annoying. Um that was a turn. So California is just ridiculous. I mean, I wrote a tweet recently that I think I have pinned to my profile. I don't know, you probably have seen it because it's pinned to the top of my profile. And I want to give a bit of backstory on that too, but while I'm pulling that up, I want to discuss something else. I made a short video on this too. The Kate Steinle thing was just ridiculous. But I think people are blaming a lot of the wrong people for it. Yes, the jury is at some part responsible for it because, they gave their verdict, and their verdict was completely ridiculous. But the judge refused to show. There we go. The judge refused to let the, I think, prosecutors show evidence that was integral to the case. So it's the judge's fault. It's ridiculous, and honestly, anyone involved in that should have actual criminal charges pressed on them. Well, not anyone, but many people involved in that. But just okay. Here's a tweet. So it says, to quote Yoda, "Fear leads to stupid. Stupid leads to socialism. Socialism leads to suffering." And what that tweet said basically meant was fear, which is the fear of things going badly for you, that leads to stupidity because over emotional decisions lead to bad decisions. And that stupidity leads to socialism, where you want everyone to be equal, but socialism leads to suffering. California needs to see that tweet. Here, I don't know. I'm stupid, don't judge me. I'm really not, but shut up. I don't know who I'm telling to shut up, but shut up. Okay, so it's just a lot of the things California has done is ridiculous. And California is moving towards a very socialism. It's it's becoming a socialist state, and that's dangerous because the reason socialism is so bad is because it is itself a contradiction. So I'm going to explain this. Anyone that lives in California, I want you to listen very carefully. If one person works hard and they make a ton of money, they're rich. Like, Bill Gates. Let's take Bill Gates as an example. Bill Gates worked hard to get where he is, and he's rich. Someone else may work hard. They work a bunch of hours a week. They make minimum wage, and they're barely able to stay in a house that hasn't fallen on top of them yet. Many people would say, okay, here's the way we solve this. Bill Gates has, I don't know the exact amount of money, but let's say he has $76 billion because the exact figure is irrelevant in this argument. So Bill Gates, screw it, he has $80 billion now because that makes the math easier. So Bill Gates has $80 million. How about this? Bill Gates gives $40 million to this guy. Now these guys are both equal. Now, that would seem like a good idea at first. They worked equally hard to get where they are. Maybe that other guy worked harder. Bill Gates has people that he pays to do everything for him. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt that, because if I was as rich as Bill Gates, I would pay people to do everything for me. But either way, you may think that's a good idea. But then what about Jerry over here? What about him? He was in the same situation as that other guy. Well, now we're gonna take. Now each one of those guys has to give $15, $15 million to this guy. Actually, Bill Gates is in the billions. I think that's math's correct, right? That would leave them all. That wouldn't leave them all. Screw it. They have to each one of them has to give a third of their money to Jerry. Now they're all equal. Uh-oh, what about this other guy? Okay, now they're all equal. What about this other guy? Now they're all equal but lower. What about this other guy? Now they're all equal but lower. What about this other guy? Now they're all equal but lower. Do this enough times, now they're all poor and dying. When everyone is helped, no one is helped. That's just a fact. And capitalism is not the best system we have available to us. It is the best system possible. Because in capitalism, you work hard, you get rewarded. You don't work hard, sorry. And that's the way it has worked for forever. Now, yes, in capitalism, some people go higher, some people go lower, some people stay in the middle. Capitalism doesn't have equality of outcome, but that is what makes it perfect. Okay, capitalism isn't perfect. I take that back. Capitalism isn't perfect, but that's what makes it the best system possible. Is more times than not, people get what they earn. But if you give people things because they complained, well, guess what? Now everybody else is just going to start complaining. Then you're going to run out of crap to give to people. Guess what? If your life sucks, you're in a bad situation, suck it up. Work hard. Keep working hard until you get successful. If you never get successful, sorry. That's the way the world works. Now, I'm going to give a personal example. And I want to be very, very, very clear about what I am saying. None of what I am saying is complaining or whining or any of that, and I do not want your sympathy. It is useless to me. And it should be useless to everyone else too. But I have to work hard every day, which is the way it should be. And I make less than minimum wage. And again, don't even support a minimum wage existing, so can't really complain, which I am not doing. But here's what my job essentially is. I'm basically, I don't want to use the term a slave because the conditions I am in are in no way comparable to what happened in the 1800s that I'm not even going to get into. But basically, people ask me to do things that I don't want to do, but I have to do them for money, and I do them. And I mean, I get paid too, which slaves didn't. So but I get paid very little. I also have to work very hard. On weekdays, I work on school and homework. On my weekends, I work on making money. That's it. That's my life. And most of the work I do is outside. And I have a condition where where in whatever temperature I am in that is below about 50, it feels to me 20 degrees lower than it actually is. So being in the cold is especially miserable for me. And you know what I do? I suck it up, get the snow shovel, and get to work. And guess what? I live in a fairly wealthy household, and I don't have to work to get the things that I want. But I do. I'm a good actor. I'm a good manipulator. I could just get everything I want, but I don't. And here's why. And here's the point I'm getting to. What California is doing is these people, they feel sorry for everybody. They see a case like mine, they say, oh, that kid has to work so hard. You know what? All those people in that neighborhood, you've got to pay him minimum wage too. Guess what? A lot of people in my neighborhood that I work for are poor. They can't afford to pay me minimum wage. So you know what they'd do if they had to pay minimum wage? They'd say, sorry, I can't pay you anymore. Now, instead of making half of minimum wage, I'm making none of minimum wage. And I'm making no money. Now, yes, there are some cases that could absolutely still pay me, but then they would have to pay me more, and I could work for them less in order for them to be giving out the same expenses. The system that I am in works, and it works well. And I don't want it to change. Well, I want it to change. I would want to get everything I want. I would like to get everything I want for free, but in a realistic world, that cannot happen while still maintaining basic knowledge of economics and morals. And California, with their illegal immigrant policy, a lot of people criticize it and saying that they are putting illegals before the American citizens. That is true, but it's not quite true. They see these illegal immigrants as a sob story. They think they worked hard, and they're coming here. They worked hard to come here. And they're getting insulted constantly by our president. That is what the liberals think. And regardless of what you think, that position is correct. They did work hard to get here. They are being insulted by our president. And whether or not you feel they deserve it or not, whatever you think should happen to these illegal immigrants, these people in California, they see them and they think that they need help. So they try to help them. And they divulge and they divert a lot of resources to helping them. But by doing that, they forget about the other people, the forgotten men and women. This is how Trump won. It really is. Because they try to help the people that they see as sob stories and they see us suffering. But they forget about other people that are just regular citizens in California, working paycheck to paycheck. But then they divulge so much resources into that they can't fund any other programs. And they divulge so much money into these programs to help people that they are now losing to help illegal immigrants. And then they're losing money to fund these programs to help people by using programs to do other things that they view as helping the, oppressed, the suffering, whatever. California is not evil. They're not stupid. They're, well, okay, they are kind of stupid, like the story I mentioned with the textbook things, but they're not evil. They're trying to help. They're just doing it in a manner that doesn't show any grasp of reality. And they are feeling sorry for people, but using the fact that you feel sorry for someone as justification for putting off aid to people who earned it or need it more. That is my video. Thank you if you watched this entire thing. I don't know how. Oh my god, it's 17 minutes. If you watched this entire thing, I apologize to you greatly. Again, if you didn't hear the first part, I'm starting a website if you want to contact me about ways you can help me with that. Or a website, to talk about political commentary. If you want to help me with that in any way, please direct message me. And if you cannot direct message me, reply to one of my tweets, and I will make it so that you can direct message me. Thank you. Goodbye.